You can fly a private jet with JSX for less than United First Class. But which is the better premium flight experience? I tried both, and I'll compare them in 10 categories, from the lounge to the seat to the service. JSX private jet versus United First Class today on Markus Travels. The route is Los Angeles to Las Vegas. I flew JSX from Hollywood Burbank Airport to Vegas, and United Airlines from Vegas to LAX. Both flights are under 1 hour. JSX uses private terminals. They are not so easy to get to with public transportation. The walk from the bus stop to their hangar was not particularly pleasant. There's not even sidewalks everywhere. United Airlines, on the other hand, flies from regular passenger terminals, which are well connected with public transportation. So because getting to the airport is much easier with United Airlines, they win this round. The check-in process for both airlines was very smooth. There was no line at the JSX hangar, and there was also no line at the Premier Access counter at United Airlines. In both cases, the check-in went very smoothly. But JSX offers something that United Airlines does not. Namely, that you can show up 20 minutes before the departure of your flight. You can't do that at a normal airport. JSX wins this round. In terms of security, one of the key features of the JSX experience is that you don't have to go through TSA. The security check, to the extent that there even was one, happened while I was walking from the hangar into the airplane. I just had to stand here for a second or two. With JSX, you don't have to take off your shoes, you don't have to take out your electronics, and you don't have to put anything through a metal detector. United Airlines, of course, uses regular TSA security. I did not get access to any kind of priority queue. So on security, JSX wins the round. When it comes to lounges, I very much enjoyed the United Club at the Las Vegas airport. There was a well-stocked bar with very friendly staff, as well as a full breakfast spread. However, this lounge access was not included in my first class ticket. It typically is not included in domestic first class in the US. I got access due to my Star Gold status instead. You can also buy access. I think the price was $50 when I booked the ticket. The JSX terminal doesn't really have a lounge, it's more of a waiting room. There are no snacks, there's just a coffee machine and a water fountain. The one benefit of the so-called lounge is that it's quiet. But you can also hang out in the hangar itself. I really liked being so close to the aircraft and all the ground operations. Ultimately, though, you don't really need a lounge in the JSX experience because you can show up 20 minutes before the flight. For me, though, I love proper airport lounges. It's an important part of the flight experience to me. So because United Airlines does make available a lounge, they win this round. I paid for this trip myself so that you get a non-sponsored and authentic travel review. We'll talk more about the price and the value for money at the end of the video. Welcome to my channel, Markus Travels. When it comes to the boarding process with JSX, you just walk across the asphalt and climb the stairs into the aircraft. When I flew them, it was a very nice day in Los Angeles. However, in case of bad weather, let's say rain, snow, or even hot weather, or if you have limited mobility, a jet bridge is a much better way to board. And that's what they have on United Airlines, and therefore United wins this round. Now that we're on board, let's compare the seats. The flights on both United and on JSX were operated by Embraer E145 regional jets. The JSX one was the Embraer E145, whereas on United I had the bigger Embraer E175. The seat on JSX has really good legroom, but there is no overhead storage, and that meant that my carry-on backpack ended up taking up a lot of the foot space. The seat itself was unremarkable on JSX. In United First Class, the seat is different. It is a domestic first-class recliner, which is more comfortable than standard economy seats, and it has more space. With United, I also had a proper overhead bin for my bag, as well as power outlets. So on the seat, United Airlines wins this hands down. One more reason why United wins when it comes to seats is that they offered free seat selection, whereas on JSX, I would have had to pay for the seat selection. The onboard service on JSX and United First Class on this route was essentially the same. You get free drinks included as well as some snacks. But anybody who's flown United in recent years knows that the United Airlines crew is not always the best. Oftentimes you hear them just chatting amongst each other instead of actually serving the customers. On JSX, on the other hand, the one crew member we had on board was very friendly, very proactive, and I really liked the way she was working. So on service, JSX wins the point. Now we come to the in-flight entertainment options. None of these aircrafts have seatback screens. They both offer Wi-Fi, but the service on JSX is far superior because they use Starlink, and it's free for all passengers. So this is an easy win for JSX. One thing they have in common is that the best entertainment is just looking out the window at the beautiful desert landscapes outside. When it comes to the arrival experience, it's very different between United and JSX. After landing with JSX, I picked up my bag here next to the aircraft, walked through their hangar, and ended up once again in a private terminal. From here, to get to the nearest bus stop was a very unpleasant walk. I'm not even sure if I was supposed to walk along here. They didn't have any sidewalks. United Airlines, on the other hand, flies to normal passenger terminals. The arrival experience is typically quite pleasant. If you need to pick up something to drink, you can buy it at the shops at the normal airport terminals. But most importantly, normal airport terminals have access to public transportation right outside the door. So United wins the arrival experience easily. Both flights were priced about the same. I paid $219 for the JSX flight and $287 for the flight in United First. Prices, of course, vary with demand and how early you book, so this one is a tie. I also note that there was no excessive nickel and diming with any of these companies. Yes, I think the seat selection on JSX should have been free, but United also tried to do a few upsells like selling me the lounge access. I don't hold that against any of them. When we tally up all the points, the winner with 5 points versus 4 is United First Class. I very much enjoy the infrastructure that comes with flying a legacy carrier which uses traditional airport terminals. But none of these are bad products, and I certainly enjoyed hanging out in the JSX hangar so close to the airplane and watching all the ground operations like the baggage handling right in front of me. For a short flight like this, you're going to have a perfectly pleasant flight with either of these carriers. However, this should have been a train. Las Vegas to Los Angeles is ideal for a high-speed train line, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing the new Brightline West between the two cities once it's constructed. If you got value from the video, there's many things that you can do to support this channel, Markus Travels. For example, you can buy a super thanks, which is a great way to make a small donation. Just use the heart button with a $sign below the video. Thank you very much for your contribution. I have individual videos of the two flights that I discussed here. Click or tap the screen up here for the JSX flight, or click or tap the screen down here for the United Airlines flight. Thank you very much for watching Markus Travels, and I will see you in the next video.